Hi, welcome to my studio. If you're new to the channel, my name is Christina. I live since about 8 years back in West Africa, in the Gambia, in the winters, 6 months of the year. And this is where I have my real home. This is where I have my studio. I host from time to time art classes for groups here in the Gambia, and the rest of the year I live in Sweden. I work, I do a bit of painting there too, but most of my art creations are happening here. Today I want to show you how you can make a really fun stamp, your own stamp, by using a foam sheet. And I think these foam stamps are so fun to make, and just because also they are absolutely your own creation, it's your own design, so no two would look exactly the same. So this is a fun way. I never grow tired of it, so I just keep making new stamps all the time, and it really adds a nice touch to your artwork, I think. Okay, so what I have here is a foam sheet. It is adhesive, and the back is adhesive, so you can peel this off, and then you will have a sticky back to it. And I'm not going to use this much for this stamp, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off at least half of it, like this. And I might get, I don't know, maybe 3 stamps maybe from this little piece. I'm gonna start with a ring, like in the middle of the stamp. And here I have this fantastic thing. So I'm taking one of the corners here, choosing maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, I'll hold it down. And here I have a pencil, and I don't want it super sharp because then I can actually break the point, because I'm gonna have to press a little bit, and I don't want it too blunt either. If the pencil is a bit blunt, then you actually gonna get a thicker line inside of the stamp. So if that is what you're after, so you can do that. And I press down. Then I want to take something a bit smaller. I put it on top of that, and do the same. I press down, and then you see it's like a double ring. I could keep going like I did in this stamp, where you can see there are many rings between. But I'm gonna do something else here. I'm gonna just make lines like that. Okay, so I have this little round thing that I'm going to use in the middle. Put this aside. And then, you could, if you have a small little hobby scissors like this, it's absolutely, enough to work on quite detailed things. I love these. These are my little tweezer scissors. I can't get a hold of them anymore. I don't know what happened, but I have a few, and they are absolutely my favorite scissors when it comes to cutting something very small and delicate. I love them. Okay, and here, so I have a piece of plastic. It's like a plastic file folder you can, you know, stick paper in, but it's sort of one of the more thicker ones. I'm gonna place this a bit in because, you know, I'm gonna actually grow the stamp now while working on it. So I put it with a bit of margin, because you also, I'm gonna put it there, because you also, as you can see in this stamp, it's clear to see, this is blue plastic, which is fantastic. But you also need a little bit of like sort of handles on the sides to, you know, deal with the, to work with the stamp, to hold it and when you use it. So try to leave good space around. Okay, so this is the middle. Now I'm gonna go back to my this piece I have, and I'm gonna cut like a wave form. So I'm cutting and I'm turning. Can be a little bit tricky, but just try to make it smooth so you get like nice waves. Okay, and then I peel off, not all at the same time, but okay. So I put it like a bit away from the circle, put it down, and then I turn the strip and push down. You don't want to pull it too much, because then the plastic itself can be a little bit wobbly or not so straight. So you take a little bit at a time and push it down. Up. Twist it. And then you twist the whole sheet of plastic, and a little bit at a time. And then you try to create a little bit of a gap. Sometimes it comes all the way together, but you try to go out to create a bit of space there. So and I try to make the edges pointy. So when I cut, I try to make it point. It looks better actually when you keep working on the. So I peel that off. And here I can decide. Sometimes I go above. I can go on the side where one strip ends. I can keep working from there. I mean, you do this just how you feel to do it, but and now get rid of that. And yeah, I have another one before I'm done here. Start a little bit above, go down. You just try. There's no right or wrong ways really. It's all. You will all get a very, you know, original pattern here. It's all. It will never look exactly the same. That? Yeah, I'm quite satisfied here. I think it's big enough. So, and then I cut the sides here of the plastic, make sure I have space to hold it. It is, you can see it bends a little bit, you know, it's actually hard to make it always completely flat, but it will work. I have a glossy piece of carton here. I use it as my little palette here. I put a little bit of blue acrylic paint. So, and here I have a piece of a kitchen sponge. This is usually what I use when I apply paint to my stamps. And so I push down to get all the paint going into the sponge. So, and I don't want too much paint. So if you can see the pores, it's a good amount. If it's very glossy, you have too much. Okay, so I push down there. And then I push gently, so I don't press too much. It's the same here, because I don't want to get too much acrylic paint that seeps into the crevices here, because otherwise you don't see the lines too well. Especially not that round little middle thing. Take a little bit more, so rather dab many times than to overload the stamp with too much paint. But don't wait, don't keep doing it too long so it dries and then you don't get the right effect. Anyway, I'm gonna push it down here, hold it, and I press everywhere. And when you have this plastic, you can actually open one side to see, looks good, and then remove. Wow, okay. So I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration what you can do. You can create your own stamps. There's so many ways you can do stamps with foam sheet, but this is one way, and this is a stamp that actually served me so well in so many different paintings I've done. Okay, so you can see actually how I've used this stamp when I created this dog. So it gives, I just love the result. I love the mark this stamp is making, really. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.